All right, so Crawford said, go and fight Errol Spence. Do what you was planning to do in the first place. And I guess we got this wrong way of thinking that Sebastian was going to hold that belt until the sanctioned body, World Boxing, they said, listen, if you go this way, we don't care which way you go, but you're going to have to fight the top 15 to hold that belt. So your next fight better be the top 15 ranked on the WBO sanctioned body. That's it. Never mind if Crawford say, yo, you can do whatever you want, but at the end of the day, the sanctioned body, thank you for holding up your rules. Because, there's a lot of sanctioning bodies, and I'm not going to say that WBO is going to always hold up their rules, but for this moment right here, thank you. So Sebastian Fundora, the 10-day extension is up, and we're not really hearing anything. So in my mind, I'm just going to give you my opinion, because that's all I could do on this platform is give you my opinion and shoot it out there in the atmosphere and see if somebody's aligned with my opinion. So right now, Sebastian Fundora, what should he do? Should he drop the belt and fight Errol Spence? And what is Errol Spence doing? 1 minute I'm here, Laura. 1 minute. See, I'm going to let you know how I feel if I was Sebastian Fundora. The sanction body told me that I have to fight the top 15, 1 to 15. Now I'll talk to my team and say, you know what? I want that belt. And I don't mind taking another stay busy fight. So we're going to pick somebody in the top 15. This is my opinion only. Okay? I don't know what's going on in the background, but I'm just saying what I'm hearing, word on the curb, I'm just putting out but what I'm hearing, okay? Shit changed very drastically and very fast within 10 minutes. I could put this video out and the next 10 minutes, boom, you hear somebody saying Sebastian Fundora is fighting this one or that one. And listen, Errol Spence does not have a date with Sebastian Fundora. Not as yet. And where are we in? October? Okay, I don't know what's going on with Errol Spence. He doesn't have no trainer. I really don't know. All right. But Sebastian Fundora, like I always tell, another man does not wait for another man. That's it. It is what it is. Man or woman, don't wait for no man. Okay. So the way I think Sebastian Fundora should try to hold that belt. Try to hold that belt. Try to get a fight in this year if you can. Whoever in the top 15, you could grab and say, listen, man, this might be a short notice. Maybe it is. Maybe get this at the end of December. Because if you're waiting for Errol Spence, as we know, he's going to fight Fundora. No, he's not going to fight Fundora in December. Now he's going to fight Fundora in January. No, he's not going to fight Fundora in January. Maybe February, maybe March, maybe April, man. Listen, man. I don't even know why Errol Spence is in the talkings right here. But I understand he sells the AT&T. He skipped the line at 154, not doing a damn thing at 154, but he skipped the line. He's been on the 154 line at last year at number 4, number 3. Now he's number 1. So we all know about money. It's all about money, filling up a stadium. Fundora's Texas, and this man is Texas, and it will bring back some comeback, right? Some investment, right? A return on an investment, right? So I understand what's going on of that situation, but if you're not sure about Errol Spence, but you're sure that if you keep that belt, when it's time for negotiations with Crawford, you having 2 is better than having 1. All I'm saying is, if I'm not hearing anything from Fundora right now, then something must be going on. Something he must be in his team is talking about, maybe we should get another fight in, which I would love to see. I want to see Fundora fight some more. I want to see if he's going to change up his style. I also want to see how he's going to fight Errol Spence. And Errol Spence is talking and he's chitty-chatting and saying, I'm going to break that body down. I'm going to break that body down. All right, well, just put the date. so we could know this shit is. But when it comes to the PBC protected boxing champions, we always don't get a confirmed date right away. It's a yes or no, or maybe it should, it might happen, and you have fighters yipping and yapping their fucking mouth. So right now, if I was Fundora, if I could get somebody on that top 15 list, I don't care if it's fucking the last one on the list, on the ranking. I don't care if it's number 15. Hey, I'll just pull you and say, let's do this. Let's see if we can get this at the end of December. Get this at the end of December. Aerosmith's gonna have to wait on me, Fundora, because at the end of the day, you ain't doing a blasted thing at 154. Okay? Yeah, I know you're the cash cow and you're the face of Texas, hee-haw, and shit like that. But at the end of the day, you always gonna be there. We don't got a date, we ain't got a trainer, we don't know what's going on with you. But I know what's going on with me. I'm about to lose my belt if I fight you. So at the end of the day, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to WBO and say, listen, I'm going to look for somebody in the rankings. And if it's a short notice, I don't know, training camps or whatever, I, as Fundora, would say, I want to keep this belt. And I would do that. Okay? If he ain't fighting Crawford. If that's the end of that. If he ain't ready to fight Crawford. And we should see what's going on with Tim Tszyu in this fight this Saturday coming up. But let me give you a little update. Now, in my last video, I showed you update, and I showed you how Tim Tszyu doesn't sound sure about fighting Crawford, and he sounds like, well, why would I have to bend the knee and kiss the ring on Turkey Al-Sheikh? And if everything is going good on this side, so I said, all right, hey, I don't trust Tim Tszyu. And what's going on in his head, but then all of a sudden, boom, we hear Turkey Al-Sheikh is offering a gut load of money to fight Terrence Crawford. And like I said, your feelings and your loyalty to PBC or whatever's going on, money talks and bullshit walks. So this shit could get rearranged real quick if Tim Tszyu is smart enough. But I'm still listening to his last update, and man, it ain't sound so easy, right? He's not making shit sound so right. So let's listen to what Tim Tszyu saying again with the same reporter. The reporter will say, I just spoke to you a couple weeks ago, and now let's get an update of what's going on with Turkey Al-Sheikh. So let's hear a little bit what he says first and how he puts it in order. Read between the lines or snort it. Come on, let's snort that shit too. Come on.
With Fundora, it seems like he's moving on to Errol Spence. What is your who do you favor in that one?
I'm leaning more towards Fundora.
Is there any particular reason why?
Activity, heights, and I don't know what Spence is still there.
Right, and winning this fight against Murtazaliev puts you in prime position to fight Fundora, to maybe fight Spence if he pulls it off. There are a lot of big fights for you at 154 pounds. I think you're interested in more of the fights, more in fights against guys who are not the title holders right now. I know you've mentioned Jermell Charlo in the past, Errol Spence, of course, Virgil Ortiz is the interim title holder. What needs to happen in order for that previously agreed to fight you had against Virgil Ortiz to happen again?
I don't really know, in all honesty. Like, right now we've got I've got a plan, and there are heaps of fights, but I'm sure like me and him are both young, so like I guess there's not much of a big rush to make it happen now. You know, like we've still got heaps of time left.
It seems like you have the framework to make a deal with Riyadh season, and now there has been some back and forth between you and with both sides. Do you feel there's a framework there to repair the relationship and to do business with them and to fight on one of their cards moving forward?
Look, it all depends on the scenario, man. Like at the same time, I'm happy with the position I'm at. So it's like, well, what do I need? What do I need to do? Like, everything's good at this stage. If there's big fights to be made, then yeah, we'll start talking and consider it. But right now, I've got all the fights in front of me, so we'll see how it goes.
When we met earlier this year in Los Angeles, you said your goal was to fight in America moving forward. You called it USA back then, as far as what the takeover would look like. Do you see yourself fighting in the United States against these fellow American fighters? The Virgil Ortiz fight would have been in Los Angeles, but Spence, Fundora, Charlo, Crawford, all these guys, do you want those fights to be taking place in the United States?
Yeah, 100%. You know, this is where it's at. Like, I've basically moved here. I've got living in the house here, so I've been here for the last 3.5 months. So I'm basically in America here to live my dream.
What would a dream fight against Crawford look like for you?
Yeah, it'd be crappy, you know. Like they say, styles make fights. It'd be one hell of a show, that one.
What was your assessment of his 154-pound debut against Madrimov?
I think he did well, in my opinion. I think he did well. Critics are going to be always like that, but I think he did well. Like Madrimov's not a bum, so people don't understand. And 154 is a different division to 147. So another thing.
Crawford obviously has two lines that he's working on. One is a fight against Canelo at 168. The other is becoming undisputed at 154. If you win this title, he would have to go through you to become undisputed. In your perfect world, what does 2025 look like? Who are you fighting in 2025?
Look, the boxing dynamic changes in 3 months, 6 months. There's a new winner, there's a new loser, you know, and there's entertaining fights, and some people's stock goes up, some people's stock goes down. So yeah, for me right now, it'd be probably Charlo, Errol Spence, and Crawford.
That would be quite the year. Surely, if you were to go 3-0, that would put you on the front runner to be fighter of the year.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the fights you have coming up.
Charlo, Errol Spence, and then Crawford. But I'll get back to that. But, you know, he said, I got Sebastian Fundora beating Errol Spence because of interactivity. We don't know where Errol Spence is at this moment. He's been out for a year and some change, or almost 2 years. I don't know. I can't remember, but he's been gone, right? Since the last fight with Crawford. So, like I said, he's there. He's just another payment, another cash, another check. And the way he sounds, the way Tim Tszyu sounds, he sounded kind of fussy on the situation. But I got to put myself into Tim Tszyu. And the way he said it, he said, I'd rather fight Charlo, Errol Spence, and then Crawford. So he's knowing that time is on his side. And he says, the reporter asked him about repairing that connection with Real Season and Turki Al-Sheikh after what went in the past, and they didn't have a good going session with each other or whatever. He did some fussy shit. I can't recall what it was, but he did some shit. And what he's been saying lately and shit like that. So when I see Crawford, I see there's a lot of stalling again by Tim Tszyu. And he saying, I got big fights coming up. I got this side of the street. I like to say that still. I don't care. Because these fighters are still acting like they on some goddamn side of the street. So he's saying, listen, he named them. These lines are very easy to read. Crawford could wait. He'll be 38 next year. Maybe you could catch him at when he's 39. You see what I'm saying? Because we want Father Time to knock on Crawford's door and slow his ass down. So time is on my side. Because Crawford wants something from me. He wants to be 3-time undisputed. Never been done. And he's going to have to go through me if I beat this man on Saturday. Right? And Sebastian Fundora, he could do whatever you want over there with Errol Spence. But at the end of the day, if it's the winner of Sebastian or Errol, he's in my top 3. He's either Errol or Sebastian Fundora. I'm sorry, Charlo. He said Charlo, right? And then Errol Spence. So it's either Sebastian or Errol, and then Crawford. So Crawford's on he's trying to get this now, right? If we don't get what we got to get over here with Canelo. He's got to stay busy. I'll get back to that busy because I still got a video for that busy situation, right? But Tim Tszyu is laying back and said, man, I got this right. I got fights lined up. PBC got me. They got me. And Crawford wants something that he got to get through me if I beat this man on Saturday. So I still see that Crawford got a long hill to go. Now, do Turki Al-Sheikh raise the money up to say, listen, man, I'm going to give you this. Flat. Okay? Up front. No back-end money. No pay-per-view buys and all that shit. This is what you're going to get up front. You want to take this now? And it's up to Tim Tszyu. Now, I'm going to put myself in Tim Tszyu's shoes, knowing that, Crawford's a risk, man. I don't know, man. You know what? I could get a check with, Charlo. I could get a check with Sebastian or Errol, and then I could get that big payday. Because at the end of the day, Crawford waiting on me. I ain't waiting on Crawford. Crawford trying to do the impossible. If the impossible happened, with me, I'm going to make sure I get these checks and then cash out with another check. And he ain't trying to retire nothing. He's just putting shit in order. So if you read between the lines, you can understand that. So there's two things I'm seeing with Crawford in this situation. And I'm still saying he needs to stay busy. And I'll make a video who I think he should. And like I said, my opinion is I don't care who he stay busy with. I don't care. But at the end of the day, you got to stay busy. Because these two, man, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. Sebastian could get a fight in December or even January or February and make Errol wait. Because at the end of the day, you're going to lose your WBO strap if you don't do this. Errol is still there. Errol! Right? Errol's still there. I ain't going nowhere. Shit, man. So at the end of the day, I'm not here to change your mind. For you to read between the lines and not what they say is what they're not saying. I mix the lies with the truth and the truth with the lies. At the end of the day, you love lies and you hate the truth. And please, I need fuel for hate. Don't love me, hate me. Love is mysterious. You never know. You can switch up like that. But if you hate me, hey, it's all good, man. Thumbs down, thumbs up. Don't hit the subscribe button. I come to know and realize I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for me. Like I said, I don't do lives. I don't do merchandise. I don't do podcasts. I don't do none of that. What I'm doing now, you don't have to hit the subscribe button. You don't have to do anything. I'm doing this to leave a piece of shit stain on this planet Earth. And when I'm 50, when I hit 60, or I could look back at myself, or my family could look back at me and how I move. That's it. And how the bloodline moves. That's it. Other than that, I'm doing this for fun. It is what it is. So you go move along. I don't care about your money. I don't care about your likes. And I don't fucking care about your subscribers now. The subscribers that I got right now, thank you for rocking with me. One, when you decide not to rock with me no more, it is what it is. Let's go to the next video.